Realm of the Mist podcast with your host, Chris Stoller, presented by Realm of the Mist Entertainment. What is up, guys? Chris Stoller here to talk a little bit. It's going to be a very short Realm of the Mist podcast. It's meant to be kind of a little extra thing. I just need something to get off my chest. In fact, that's probably going to be the title of the episode, is I need to get something off my chest. As you guys can hear in the background, is I have little youngins sitting and playing a video game right now, Call of Duty Black Ops 4 Zombies, and that's not the issue. I don't care about Call of Duty. I don't care about my 9 and 10-year-old playing. I care about the fact that it's 9:30 at night as a recording time on a Sunday night. I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to go to work, and their mother is refusing to come back from the shore to get them so that I can go to bed and do my job tomorrow morning. It's probably going to wind up me happening to take a day off that I can't really afford because of, one, I didn't get enough sleep, or two, I have them all night. And either way you look at that, that screws me in the long run. And I needed to get that off my chest. I needed to talk about this. And I thought the best way I could do so is, I haven't done a Realm of the Mist podcast in a while because of time and, of course, things going on within the company at the moment. So here I am discussing it for myself. Of course, you know we've been doing the Realm of the Mist presents the Chronicles of the Lost Realm, which is now under its own banner called The Lost Realm, which is an arm of Realm of the Mist Entertainment. So the nice thing about that is now we have something dedicated to Press A Gaming Let's Plays, dedicated to Chronicles of the Lost Realm, dedicated to Metal Fantasy, which you could see right over here on the advertisements. Excuse me. And, of course, many other types of games. So it shows that Realm of the Mist is actually growing, and that's a wonderful thing. I know it's been a little weird because War of the Stars has been on hiatus because Mark Tully's been on vacation. Kevin Hunter's been absent because they just had a new baby. Keith has been very quiet, with the exception of finally releasing a Press A Gaming podcast this past weekend for the same reason, a new baby. And, of course, Venus has been very quiet because yesterday she just welcomed her third child into the world. Congratulations to everybody involved, of course. Very much so. That's big news, and we're thrilled for Venus, for Kevin, and for Keith, and of course, you know, our thoughts and well wishes to the new babies and the new additions to the family. But it's left me without talent to be able to put on the shows. So they've all been on hiatus and silence. And anybody who knows me knows that I usually do not try to do a podcast by myself. I don't like sitting here and just talking to myself. I like being able to bounce off of others what we say, what we do, what we think, and, you know, everything. So that's why there's been silence. But I couldn't be silent about this. I can't. I mean, guys, you know, leave me comments in the comment section down below, or email me at realmofthemistentertainment@gmail.com and tell me what you think. I mean, is it inconsiderate, the fact that, okay, the best way I can describe it, I'm supposed to be able to get my children every other weekend. I'm supposed to be able to pick them up at about 6 o'clock on a Friday night and return them by 6:30 Sunday night. 3 hours later, and I'm told, we'll call you when we're on our way. No time frame, no idea. It just, they up and left and didn't bother telling anybody. I had to chase them down to even find out about it. Knowing that I have a job that starts extremely early in the morning, and she's not even remotely worried about how she's affecting me for my job, the ability to do my job, the sleep that I would need to get to be able to do my job, because outside of the podcasting thing, I'm a laborer by trade. I'm a fencer. I install fence for a fence company, which means I do a lot of heavy lifting, 80-pound bags of concrete, hundreds of pounds of, whether it's PVC fence, wood fence, chain link, and pipe, whatever the case may be. It's all really heavy, and sometimes I have to lug them, hundreds of feet back and forth, whatever guesstimation. It may sound a little bit like an exaggeration, but there have been times where there was no place to park, and we had to park way the hell away from the job site, and I'm throwing it on my shoulder and walking it a block, 2 blocks, around the corner or whatever else to get to the yard or wherever it is we were installing this. And then let's not forget about the physical labor of digging the holes, installing the fence, dumping the concrete into the hole, and then refilling the hole, and then the landscaping around the fencing itself of the excess dirt. And it's a long, hard process out in the sun, the heat. The last thing in the world I need to be is lack of sleep slowing down my performance at work. So the longer she takes, the less chance of getting a decent enough night's sleep to be able to do my job becomes apparent. And it's becoming to the point where I'm going to have to call out of work, which means it's costing me a day's pay. If I don't work, I don't get paid. It's not one of those things where it's like, well, I have sick days or I have vacation days. No, I don't have any of that. If I don't work, I don't get paid. So she's costing me money with this. You would think she would care because I pay child support, but she doesn't. And I'm asking you guys, I want to know your opinions. Am I being too harsh on this, or is this literally just extreme inconsiderateness and self-centeredness on her part? I don't mind spending time with my kids. I don't. And I know my kids are having a blast right now at Daddy's house still. So, overall, everything's fine. But, if I had full-time custody of the kids, I would have measures for something like this, like a babysitter, somebody I would know, childcare, somebody I would know to be able to handle the kids while I was at work. Or, with it being 9:30 at night, I'd have the kids in bed, which means I'd be going to bed. I don't have that luxury and option because I don't know what time I'm supposed to take them out of here and take them home. So you understand the frustration where I'm coming from. Even if I may not be right, I know. It's Realm of the Mist. It's them having a conversation. You can understand my frustration. Even if I may not be right in my estimation of my level of frustration, you could at least understand why I'm frustrated at it. So at least I hope you can, and I want to hear your guys' opinions and points of view on it. But while we're having that conversation, I want to talk about something else that's a little more to the point of Realm of the Mist. And that is the fact that we have had announced a brand new 007 for James Bond 007-25. And guys, there were talks for many, many, many times. I heard Robert Patterson. I heard Idris Elba for Bond, and I was fine with it. But all around, I was fine with it, but I may not have been all right with Robert Patterson because, well, it's Robert fucking Patterson. Who cares about him? But no, instead it's, I don't know her name. I don't have it pulled up in front of me. That's what I was looking at. I don't see it here to be able to say it, but not only did they decide to cast a person of color, which is not a big deal. As I said, I was fine with the idea of Idris Elba being Bond because I know he's a decent He's a decent actor, and I know he could very much play the gentleman role. You know what I mean? Which would be Bond. But no, they decided to cast a woman of color. Simply because they can. Not because of any particular reason. Not because it would suit the story. I've always been against a woman being James Bond. Always. I don't care the color of her skin. I'm against the gender being James Bond. Now, before you guys get all hissy about, like, oh, he's a misogynist, hear me out. I'm not against a secret agent woman. I'm not against it taking place within the James Bond universe. I'm against James Bond being a woman. Yes, the code number 007 is just a number. It's a call sign. So is the name James Bond. It's given to a male to take on the persona and role. The legacy of the persona and role. The top agent that it would be. So if you would have gave 0069 to Jane Bond, nobody would have said shit. But this is James fucking Bond. For 25 movies and 40 plus, 50 plus years, has been played by multiple male leads. From Sean Connery to Timothy Dalton to Pierce Brosnan to Daniel Craig. It has been a male-led role. There's no rhyme nor purpose to this outside of Hollywood playing its little freaking liberal card and just destroying yet another franchise. I guarantee you this will be another Ghostbusters 2016. This will be another Terminator Dark Fate, which is already lining up to be garbage. I love Tim Miller, but his comments about, like, this Terminator is going to shut up all the misogynists. You're already putting everybody at odds with your film. I don't care that you have women-led movie in Terminators. I care that you're pointing out that it has to be women to shut up men. No! That is an issue. You're purposely picking a fight where there should not be a fight. I'd be more concerned. I'm not concerned about having women in Terminator Dark Fate. I'm concerned about you guys actually putting out a decent Terminator movie for once. Because we haven't had a decent one, I argue, since Salvation. Because, yes, Terminator 1, Bible. Terminator 2, Bible. Terminator 3, hot garbage. Salvation, decent. Genesis, beyond hot garbage. We need a decent Terminator. And if these women can produce a decent Terminator movie under Tim Miller's tutelage, knowing that Tim Miller can do a decent movie, look at the Deadpool movies. But can he do it? Sure. But when you have to throw in the political game and agenda into it, you're already alienating your fan base. Guess what? Even conservatives, even quote-unquote misogynists are still going to be the people that buy tickets to see your film. Or not. If you're pissing them off and making them want to leave, how are you helping your cause? You're not. Everybody wanted to bring issue and debate with the Ariel choice with Haley Bailey, whatever her name is. I have issue with it, not because, again, I have an issue with a person of color playing the role. I have an issue with the fact of the origin of the story. It's not a Disney movie. It's a Hans Christian Andersen fairy tale. It's a Norwegian tale. Do your geological history. There were no African American people in the Norwegian areas when this was written. So it was written for a Caucasian role. But here's the thing. I don't care that they hired somebody who was black to play the character. I don't. I really don't. And the reason I don't is because I don't even want to see a live-action Ariel movie. I don't want to see a live-action Lion King. I didn't want to see a live-action Aladdin. I didn't want to see a live-action any of these movies because they were fine the way they freaking were as cartoons. I want to see something new and original. But it does bring up a problem, and this is the type of thing where I'd rather have a conversation and a debate than just spout out how I feel. I would rather see new characters and new stories being made with these people of color and these transgender characters or whatever characters they're trying to push as the narrative for today's forms of entertainment. Cool. No problem. Do it. Do it to new ideas. Stop appropriating established characters and stories. This is where I have an issue. And the problem is that it only works one way. That's where I have an issue. Is that it only works one way. You can only take characters who are Caucasian and characters who are male and change them to female and change them to minority characters, or take a straight character and change it to an LGBTQ character. You can only do that. If you tried, for the sake of argument, and replace the entire cast of Malcolm X with all white people, or Roots with all white people, yeah, you already know how that would be responded to. We could turn around and completely recast The Wizard of Oz with all African Americans. Nobody bats an eye. But redo Boys in the Hood with all white people. See what happens. It's the hypocrisy of it that bothers me. It's not okay for it to be. It's okay one way, but not okay the other way. It's got to be either all okay or it's not okay. Because you're setting a double standard. You're setting an unobtainable goal. You're saying that people who culturally or ethnically or what's the word I'm looking for here? I'm brain farting the word, but basically if they take an idea or an ideal or a story and they turn it into their own thing, that's fine. As long as you don't do it to their culture, as long as you don't do it to their story. That's hypocrisy. That's wrong. I have a problem with that. I have a major problem with a black woman playing James Bond, 007. And if that makes me a racist or a misogynist to people, then I guess I'm a racist and a misogynist. I won't be going to see this movie. I won't be giving it a time of day. I won't even bother to see it like illegally online. Like I will not review it. I will not give it the time of day. This will be the only time I will speak about this. This is an insult to Fleming, and this is an insult to the legacy that has been the James Bond films. I think it's time to destroy another franchise. That's really it, guys. It's going to be a really short one, 20-minute podcast. I didn't have much else to talk about. Once again, I do want to congratulate Venus Chan for popping out her new baby boy. I don't have the name in front of me, but it was just born. He was just born yesterday. So I hope him and his mother are doing very, very well, and I look forward to when she returns. But of course, there is no rush. You know, I understand newborns and just giving birth and how much time it's going to take to recuperate and reacclimate to the life of handling diapers and formulas and lack of sleep. So, you know, power to you, Venus. I don't envy you. I've been there. I've done it. Of course, to Keith and to To Kevin, same deal. You guys, like, I understand what you're going through. I wish you all the best. I've been there myself, and of course, your place is always safe here at Realm of the Mist for when you return. To everybody else, of course, you can find me anywhere you find Realm of the Mist Entertainment or The Lost Realm. Guys, make sure you subscribe to both channels. That way you get all your podcast entertainments from Realm of the Mist and, of course, all your gaming and tabletop gaming needs from The Lost Realm, including Chronicles of the Lost Realm, which releases every Tuesday night. And, guys, we are getting close to episode 10. We're still 4 episodes out as far as release is concerned, but we're about to record episode 10, which is season 1's finale. So you want to catch up, and you don't want to miss that because it's probably going to be crazy. And of course, guys, make sure you're checking out all the other great podcasts: Realm of the Mist podcast, Press A Gaming podcast, It Had to Be Said with Venus, Tinfoil Hat Society, the Delivery Brothers podcast, and all the other great shows from Realm of the Mist Entertainment. Guys, you can find us on anchor.fm/ROTM-ENT or wherever quality podcasts are heard. Just look for Realm of the Mist Entertainment. And guys, I will catch you again very, very soon. We should be getting back on track with shows, including War of the Stars coming, I believe, next week. Returning. So look forward to that, guys. Have a good night. God bless you guys, and I will see you again soon.